welcome to the VLearns online class. In today's session, we will discuss about the different representation techniques, numeric numbers, representation of decimal numbers, fixed point representation, and so on. There are four types of number systems we have already discussed in the previous session, that is decimal, binary, octal, and hexadecimal. In today's session, we will discuss about the different alphanumeric representation, that is ASCII, EBCDIC, Unicode, and ASCII codes. First of all, ASCII codes. ASCII is America's standard code for information interchange. जैसा कि आपने जनरली यूज करा भी होगा इन मोस्टली इन सी लैंग्वेज प्रोग्रामिंग और इन अदर लैंग्वेज इन प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेजेस व्हेनेवर यू एंटर एनी कैरेक्टर, फॉर एग्जांपल इफ यू एंटर कैपिटल A, it will be treated as 65 because it is internally represented by the ASCII codes. Means there are ASCII codes, that is alphanumeric codes for the alphabets as well as numbers. This code uses total 7 bits, which is used to represent total 128 characters, and from 128 characters total 32 characters are non-printing control characters, and remaining characters are alphabets that can be lower alphabet, uppercase, decimal, and other printable characters. After 7-bit ASCII code, 8-bit ASCII code is developed, which is used to represent 256 characters. It is also known as extended ASCII code. And mainly in all the microcomputers, extended ASCII codes are used to represent the alphabets as well as numbers. The ASCII codes of particular alphabets are from capital A to capital Z. The ASCII codes are from 65 to 90. It means whenever you press any character, any alphabet, that is capital alphabet, like if you enter capital A, it will be treated as capital 65 internally. Similarly, from small a to small z, the ASCII codes are from 97 to 122. And from 0 to 9, the ASCII codes are from 48 to 57. These are the ASCII codes, which are used to represent alphabets as well as numbers. Next is EBCDIC, that is Extended Binary Coded Decimal Interchange Code, EBCDIC. It is also a character encoding format which is mainly used in IBM mainframes. Now, in IBM mainframes, it is primarily used and it is non-contiguous an alphabet. जैसे कि मैंने आपको बताया कि in case of ASCII codes, it is contiguous location of alphabets, or there is a contiguous location of particular codes to particular alphabet, that is from capital A to capital Z, the 65 to 90 code is assigned. From small a to small z, the codes from 97 to 122 are assigned. In case of EBCDIC, the codes are non-contiguous alphabets. It means, for example, you can take from A to H, the ASCII codes, the EBCDIC codes are specially designed from I to K. The codes may be different, means there is non-contiguous allocation of codes for the alphabets in EBCDIC and is mainly used for IBM mainframes. Next is Unicode. Unicode can be also known as universal code or unique code. The main thing is in Unicode is it is mainly used in all the model standards like XML, Java, JavaScript, Corba 3.0. In all the model standard, Unicode is required. Next is in Unicode, the main difference is it includes all the character set of Devanagari Lipi also. And another major advantage of Unicode is it is client server and multi-tiered application based. And next is ASCII, that is it is also 8-bit code which contains standard ASCII values, that is from 127 to 128, and it contains the characters of Brahmi Lipi, Brahmi based Indian scripts also. Means जैसे कि आपने स्काई कोड में देखा, स्काई कोड इज फॉर अल्फाबेट्स एज वेल एज नंबर्स एंड सम स्पेशल कैरेक्टर्स. And if we talk about EBCDIC, EBCDIC is almost similar like ASCII, but in EBCDIC the codes allocated to particular alphabets or numbers are non-contigers. In case of Unicode, some codes of Devanagari Lipi are included, and in case of ASCII, the characters of Brahmi-based Indian scripts are included in this. So there are 4 standards we have studied about, that is ASCII, EBCDIC, Unicode and ASCII. Next is data representation for computation. Whenever you want to represent any data, the data can be positive or data can be negative. Now, if the data is positive, if the data is negative, then the representation of both the numbers, that is positive number of negative numbers, are different. It means how you can differentiate between positive number and negative number. There are different ways by which you can find out the difference between positive and negative number. First is use of sign and magnitude. It means whenever you present any number, the number is a combination of magnitude plus sign bit. जैसा कि हमने देखा in previous session, we did the conversion process to convert any number to any other number. For example, if you convert 6, for example, if we take 6 as a decimal number, if you convert it in binary, then the binary representation of 6 is 0110, and to make it 8 bits, and if you present it in 8 bits, then you have to add total 4 bits extra at the left side of this number. Now, from these 8 bits, the leftmost bit is the sign bit, by which you can differentiate between positive and negative number. You can see here for plus 6, the value, that number is, the binary representation is 00000110. Means including this sign bit, there is total 8-bit representation, that is 4 times 0, 0110. And for minus or negative number, the sign bit will change, but the magnitude remains the same. That is, the sign bit will change to 1 and the magnitude value will remain same. This is the sign magnitude representation of positive and negative numbers. You can also find out you can also present the numbers or magnitudes by using ones complement. For example, first of all, what is ones complement? Ones complement means if you convert all the zeros to ones and ones to zeros, then it will be the ones complement of a number. For example, plus 6 is represented by 4 times 0, 0110. And if you want to find out the ones complement of plus 6, that is minus 8, then all the 0 will be converted to 1, that is 0 is converted into 1, 1 is converted into 0, 0 is converted into 1, again 0, all the zeros are converted into 1. This is the negative numbers representation by using the ones complement of all the bits. This is the fixed point representation of numbers by using two methods, that is sign magnitude representation and ones complement representation. There is another representation method, that is 2's complement. For negative number, 2's complement can also be used. Now, what is the use of 2's complement? You can find out the 2's complement by finding out firstly 1's complement, that is plus 6 की हमारे पास value है 4 times 0, 0110, and to find out the 2's complement of plus 6, firstly you have to find out the 1's complement of plus 6, then plus 1 to the 1's complement. I will give you an example of this. Firstly, we will do the binary addition. Now, to finding out 2's complement, there is a process of addition of 1 to the 1's complement. So, for that process, you must be aware with the binary addition process. Now, what is binary addition? Binary addition means whenever you add any binary digits, There are only two binary digits, that is 0 and 1. Whenever you want to add any two binary digits, then the binary addition rules are followed. And rules are 0 plus 0 will always be equals to 0. 0 plus 1 will always be equals to 1. 1 plus 0 will be 1. And 1 plus 1 will be 0 and 1 carry. And now the question is, how 1 plus 1 can be 0? Now, in case of binary addition, in case of normal addition, for example 1 plus 1, we take it as 2, but this is binary addition. Binary addition means we cannot take 2 as a result of binary addition because 2 is not a binary digit. So you have to convert the 2 into binary. Means 1 plus 1 is equal to 2 and you have to convert this 2 into binary, and to convert it into 2 you have to divide it by 2. That is the answer of division, or you can say the answer of conversion of 2 into binary is 1 0, that is 10. And from 10 0 is placed here and 1 will be carried out. There is an example of binary addition. For example, if you want to add 5 and 7, first of all we have to convert 5 into binary and 7 into binary by simply dividing it by 2. 2 2s are 4, remainder 1, 2 1s are 2, remainder 0. Similarly, 7 is converted into binary, and the result of 5 and 7's binary conversion is of 3 bits, that is 1 2 3. But we can perform all the operations either in 2 raised to power 0, 2 raised to power 1, 2 raised to power 2, means in this forms. Means 3 is not included. You have to convert it into 4 bits or 8 bits or 16 bits and so on, according to the 2 raised to power. Now, we convert it into 4 bits by putting extra 0 on the left side. Similarly, we convert the binary conversion of 7 by putting extra 0 on the left side. Now, 5 plus 7, 1 plus 1 0 with 1 carry, 0 plus 1 1 and 1 plus 1 0 with 1 carry, 1 plus 1 0, 0 plus 1 1 with 1 carry, and 0 plus 0 0 and 0 plus 1 1. 1 1 0 0 is the answer. If you find out the accuracy of your answer, then you can convert this binary number into decimal number. The process I explained in the previous session, that is by multiplying it by 2 raised to power 0, 1, 2 and so on. The answer will be similar to the decimal conversion of this number. This is the process of binary addition. If you have any doubts in the binary addition or in the number system, then you can ask freely. Do you have any queries? Okay, shall we move further? Now, after the binary addition, next is ones complement and twos complement. जैसा कि मैं आपसे पहले ही डिस्कस कर चुकी हूँ, what is the use of ones complement and twos complement? Ones complement and twos complement is basically used to present the negative numbers, negative binary numbers. Means there can be two types of numbers, that is positive numbers and negative numbers. And if you present the negative numbers in the binary form, then you have to use the ones complement and twos complement forms. Now, how we can obtain ones complement and how we can obtain twos complement? You can see with an example. 5 is equivalent to 0101 in binary. It means the binary number of 5 is 0101. First of all, you have to convert all the 0 to 1 and 1 to 0 to find out the ones complement of 5. Means if you want to find out the ones complement, then all the zeros are converted into 1 and 1 is converted into 0. As you see in this example, 1 is converted into 0 and 0 is converted into 1. Now next is 2's complement. To find out the 2's complement, you have to follow some steps. That is, firstly you have to find out the 1's complement. Then you can add 1 to the 1's complement to find out the 2's complement. For example, 5, the binary equivalent of 5 is 0, 1, 0, 1. The 1's complement of 5 is 1, 0, 1, 0. Means all the 0 is converted into 1 and 1 is converted into 0. Then we add 1 in this binary number, that is 0 plus 1, 1, 1, 0, 1. Means if you add 1 in the 1's complement, then you can obtain 2's complement. And 2's complement can be used to find out the negative number or to find out the number with negation sign. After this, we will do binary subtraction. Now, to find out the binary subtraction, 2's complement can be used. You can see here with an example, if you find out 20 minus 12, to find out the binary subtraction, first of all you have to find out the 2's complement of negative number. In this question the negative number is 12. Then you have to add this 2's complement of the negative number to the other number. Firstly we convert the 20 and 12 into binary numbers, that is, the binary equivalent of 20 is 10100, and to make this 5-bit number or to convert this 5-bit number into 8 bits, you put 3 zeros at the left side. Similarly, 12 is converted into binary, that is 1100, and to make it 8-bit number, you convert it into 8-bit number by putting 4 extra zeros at the left side. Means firstly we convert the decimal numbers into binary number, then the negative number is 12, the number with the minus sign. Firstly you have to find out the 2's complement of minus 12, and for 2's complement, जैसा कि आपको मैंने पहले ही बताया, you have to find out the 1's complement of this number. Then you can add plus 1 into it, you can add 1 into it, this will be equal to the 2's complement of this number. Now 12's binary number is this, and 1's complement of this number is 4 times 1, 0, 0, 1, 1. We add 1 in this number, which will be equal to 4 times 1, 0, 1, 0, 0. This is the 2's complement of 12. Now, after finding out the 2's complement of negative number, आपने 2's complement निकाला 12 का, you simply have to add the 2's complement of 12 into, you have to simply add the 2's complement of 12 with 20. Means 20 का आपने 2's complement नहीं निकालना because 20 is positive number. Firstly, write down the binary similar, the binary equivalent of 20, then write down the 2's complement of 12, then simply add the 2's complement of negative number with the positive number. And if there is an extra bit, then you can discard it. Means the addition or subtraction of 8 bits should be come into 8 bits only. If the result comes in 9 bit, then 9 bit will be discarded. Now the answer is 4 times 0, 1000. If you want to find out the accuracy of the calculation, then you can check it by simply converting 8 to the binary, because 20 minus 12 is equals to 8, and if you convert 8 into binary, then the answer will be 1, then 3 times 0. This is the process of binary subtraction, and there are 3 to 4 questions of binary subtraction in your question paper. Means from the exam point of view, binary subtraction or 2's complement is the important section in this unit or in this session. If you have any queries, then you can ask. Okay. Next is, after doing the number representation, next is error detection and correction code. Means which type of examples you want? Can you explain? Okay, number system conversion. We does a number system conversion in the previous session. Conversion process is in the previous session. Do you want to discuss it again in this session? Okay. Just go through the previous session, and then the number system conversion process plus examples are already discussed in the previous session. Just go through this. Okay, I will upload inside the course. Okay, next is, actually binary multiplication and division is not included in your course. We have to go through according to the course curriculum. Binary multiplication and division will comes in the next sessions, or next you can say in next semesters in your MCA or BCA. Multiplication and division is not a part of your syllabus of MCA 012. Do you have any other query related to your course or related to your syllabus? Binary multiplication, division, hexadecimal and octal operation. The main section covered under your syllabus is the conversion process from one number system to other number system. Which you have to read in your syllabus. Means from the exam point of view, or from if we talk about your syllabus, only the conversion process is included in octal and hexadecimal in your syllabus. Now, shall we move further? Okay, next is error detection and correction code. Now, what is the use of error detection and correction codes? Firstly, whenever you send any data from one place to other place, then there is a need to check the accuracy of data which the receiver receives. Means how the receiver can find out the accuracy of data, how the receiver will know that what the data they receive is correct or incorrect. There are two methods to find out the errors and to detect the errors and to correct the errors. First is parity bit and second is Hamming code. Parity bit is basically used to detect the error, not correct the error. Means by using the parity bit, you can detect only single bit error. Means if you send data, for example 7 or 8 bit data, then if 7 bit data is sent, then the 8th bit is parity bit, which you add. The parity can be even parity or the parity can be odd parity. I will give you an example of parity bit use. Here. Now see, it is used to basically find out the single bit error. For example, the user sends 011001001. But if the sender receives any other data, for example, sender receives 011101001, means if there is any error in single bit, means instead of 0 if you receive 1 and instead of 1 if you receive 0, means if there is only error in the single bit, then it can be detected by the parity bit. The parity can be even parity or it can be odd parity. See in this example, you have to calculate the number of ones in the question, that is 1, 2, 3, 4. Means in this, whenever you send data, the number of ones can be even or can be odd. There is total 9 bits, but you have to subtract 1 bit from it, because there can be total 8 bit, 16 bit, means the bits can be added in 2 raised to power functions. Now there are total 4 ones, it means the parity here is even parity, and even parity is denoted by 0. Means here at the leftmost side you enter 1 bit, that is parity bit, and it is used to denote that number of ones in the data sent is total even ones, that is total number of ones are 4. In next example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it means there are total number of ones are 5. It means there is odd parity because the number of ones in the data sent are 5. Then instead of 1, here we enter 1 as a parity bit. Now at the receiver end, for example, you send this data with even parity. If instead of this 0, the user receives 1, then the number of ones will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The number of ones will become odd, and by this the user can able to know that there is any error in a single bit. But if 2 bits are changed, then the user is not able to rectify the error by using the parity bit, but because parity bit is only used to detect the single bit error. Is it clear? Next is Hamming code. Now parity bit is used to find out the single bit error, and if there is errors in more than 1 bit, then what you can do or how you can find out the errors, we can find out and correct the errors by using the Hamming code method, which is a most important method. Again, I will explain you with an example. See in this, firstly, Hamming code. What is Hamming code? It can detect up to 2 bit error and correct 1 bit error without detection of undetected error. Means parity bit cannot correct the errors, and parity bit can only detect the errors in 1 bits. But Hamming codes are the perfect codes, that is, by using the Hamming codes you can correct the errors, as you can detect the errors as well as correct the errors. For example, if we take 7-bit data, then 4-bit redundancy bits are taken, and okay, I will explain you again. Error detection and correction code. There are 2 types of error detection and correction code, that is parity bit and Hamming code. But what is the difference between parity bit and Hamming code? Parity bit is used to detect only 1 bit error. Bits means in the form of 0 and 1. Means if you send 8-bit data or 9-bit data or 10 bits data, and if there is any mistake in only a single bit, means instead of 0, 1 is sent, or instead of 1, 0 is sent, then this type of errors can be detected by parity bit. But only detection is possible by using parity bit. Error correction is not possible by using the parity bit. For example, in the 7-bit data, this is the 7-bit data, 8th bit is the parity bit, which will be added after calculating the parity of number of ones available in the data sent. For example, if we take this number, in this 1, 1, 1, number of ones are 3. It means there is odd parity. If number of ones are 4, it means there is even parity. Parity bit for even parity is 1 and parity bit for odd parity is 0. Means this is total 7-bit data and you have to add the 8th bit to denote the parity of this number. Parity can be even parity if the number of ones present in the data is even, and parity will be odd parity if the number of ones present in the data is odd. For example, in this question, the number of ones present in the data is 1, 2, 3. 3 is an odd number. It means the parity for this number is odd. That is, 0 will be added at the leftmost side as a parity bit. Data sent हुआ, data will be sent it to the receiver. If the receiver find any error, for example, if the receiver receives 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0. 0 denotes the odd parity, but if the user finds 4 ones instead of 3 ones, then the single bit error will be easily detected by using this parity bit. So in this way, parity bit is used to detect the single bit error. But the error cannot be corrected by using the parity bit, because by using the parity bit, you may be able to find out that there is any error in any bit, but which bit is used or at which bit the number is converted from 0 to 1 and 1 to 0, the user is not able to find out this position of the error. That's why next Hamming code is used. Hamming code is basically used to detect the error as well as correct the error. By using the Hamming bit, you can detect up to 2-bit error and corrects up to 1-bit error. Now, how the Hamming bit is used? We will do it by example. In Hamming code, if we take 7-bit data, then 4-bit redundancy bits will be used in the Hamming code. Hamming code में हमें redundancy bits को add करना होता है. And how we can calculate the redundancy bit? Redundancy bits will be calculated by 2 raised to power. For example, 2 raised to power 0 will be 1. 1, it means it is the first redundancy bit. 2 raised to power 1 will be 2. 2 means it is R2, that is second redundancy bit. 2 raised to power 3 is 8. It means it is R8, that is 8th redundancy bit. Similarly, 2 raised to power 2 is 4. It means it is 4th redundancy bit. Means on the basis of this number of according to the power of 2. 2 raised to power 0 means 1. 2 raised to power 1 means 2. 2 raised to power 3 means 8. 2 raised to power 2 means 4. On the basis of the number derived, you can check the position of redundancy bit. If there is 1, it means it is R1, that is first redundancy bit. If the answer is 2, it means second redundancy bit. If the answer is 8, it means 8th redundancy bit. If the answer is 4, it means it is 4th redundancy bit. Now, how we can use the redundancy bits in the error detection and correction mechanism? See, there is total 7-bit data. 7-bit data and 4 redundancy bits, means total 11 bits are there. So we divide the total bits into 11 sections and we place redundancy bit. Firstly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We position all the bits and R1 will be placed at first location, R2 second position, R4 fourth position and R8 on 8th position. Because on these positions you have to add the redundancy bit to find out the redundancy of, or to find out the errors in the data set. Now how you can find out the errors? In the remaining places, that is 3rd, 5th, 6th, 7th, 9th, 10, 11. These are the remaining places. After inserting the R1, R2, R4 and R8, put any value, that is 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. For example, if we put this value. Now, after entering the data in the remaining bits, you have to calculate R1. R1 is at first location. R1, in case of R1, you have to take 1 bits and skip 1 bit. Means we take R1 and skip R2. Then we take R3 and skip R4. That means we take bit by bit after skipping 1 bits. Means you have to skip 1 bits in this section. 1, then take 3, then take 5, then take 7, then take 9, then take 11 in case of R1. Similarly in R2, you have to take 2 bits starting from R2, that is 2, 3, then skip 2 bits, that is 4, 5 is skipped. Then take 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 will be skipped. Then take 10 and 11 and remaining there is no other bits. In case of R4, starts from the R4, take 4, 5, 6, 7 and skip 8, 9, 10, 11. Means according to the redundancy position, you have to skip the bits. In case of R8, start from R8 and take 8 bits. But there is only, we have only 11 bit data, then we have to take only 4 bits. That is 8, 9, 10, 11. These are the bits we take. Now, you have to calculate the parity for R1, R2, R4 and R8. The parity can be even and odd, similarly as we read in the parity bit. Now for R1, you have to consider 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. We skip 1 because in first place R1 we have to put the value. Take R3. R3 is first one, then 5 is second one. Then at place of 7 there is 0, then we cannot calculate 0 to calculate the parity. Then at 9th place again there is 1 and in 11th place there is again 1. Means there are total 4 ones in case of R1. 1, 2, 3, 4. It means it is even parity, and for even parity you have to put 1 in the R1. It is wrongly written here. You have to enter or you have to write 1 in case of R1. Similarly for R2, you have to calculate the parity, that is even parity or odd parity. Then for R2, you have to take 2 and 3. So 2 we have to skip because it is redundancy bit. At 3rd position there is 1. At 6th position there is 1, it means second one. At 7th position there is 0, then we cannot calculate 0 as in parity. At 10th position again there is 0, and at 11th position there is 1. Means there are total 3 ones. It means there is odd parity, and for odd parity you have to write 0 at R2. It is again wrongly written here in R2. Means in R1 there will be 1 and R2 there will be 0. Similarly, you have to calculate the parity for R4 and R8. This is the working of Hamming code. Now, this is the data sent by us. That is 101. Again, we will see the example. If we send data 10100, 110110. And if you change any bit, for example, if fourth bit is changed from 0 to 1, then how you can find out that at which place the error will be occurred? You can find out by simply the position of the bits. That is fourth place. Fourth place comes in R4, and if there is any changes or any errors at fourth place, it means 4, 5, 6, 7 place can be changed. Means you can find out the particular position of errors or the bits in which the error occurs by using the Hamming code. In this way, there are two mechanisms to find out the error, and there is one mechanism to correct the error. Error correction and detection code, that is parity and Hamming code. Is it clear? Is it clear? If you have any doubts, then you can ask. Okay, this is all about today's session. Thank you.